In a small neighborhood of Lagos, Nigeria, the morning sun filtered through the window of a modest home where twin sisters, Pearl and Ruby, played with their plastic dolls on a woven mat. They were 5 years old, full of energy and laughter. But it was their icy, almost transparent shades of blue that made them unlike anyone in the neighborhood. Their parents, Amaka and Chuka Okoye, often received curious stares and whispered questions whenever they took the girls to the market or school. The twins' rare condition, known as Waardenburg syndrome, affected pigmentation but had left them otherwise healthy and thriving. Still, in a community where such features were unheard of, they were often misunderstood. One day, a local photographer named Kemi Adewale spotted the girls walking with their mother. Instantly captivated, she politely asked Amaka if she could photograph them. Reluctant but curious, Amaka agreed. The resulting portraits, taken against the earthy tones of their home and in natural light, were nothing short of magical. The girls stood hand in hand, their deep brown skin glowing, their eyes piercing the lens with an otherworldly presence. Kemi posted the photos on Instagram with the caption, "Beauty comes in every shade and every eye." Within hours, the post went viral. Fashion bloggers, celebrities, and even international media outlets began sharing the images. Offers started pouring in modeling agencies, talk shows, endorsement deals. Some assumed the images were digitally altered, but they were all real. The blue-eyed twins of Lagos had become overnight internet stars. Amaka and Chuka, though overwhelmed, chose caution over excitement. They declined most offers and insisted the girls continue attending school and living as normally as possible. "They are children first," Chuka said during a local news interview. "They deserve a childhood more than they need a spotlight." Though the frenzy eventually quieted, the legacy of that photo remained. The world had seen something unforgettable. Two young girls, not just for how they looked, but for the way they represented the quiet magic hidden in everyday lives. And so, the question lingered, where are they now? Years passed, and the internet moved on, as it always does. But in a quiet suburb just outside of Abuja, Pearl and Ruby Okoye were growing into remarkable young women. Now 17, the twins were tall, graceful, and still unmistakably captivating. Those same ethereal blue eyes now carried a deeper wisdom. Though the online world had forgotten, their lives had not been idle. With the guidance of their parents, the girls focused on education, community work, and quietly navigating life in the shadows of that brief global spotlight. Pearl had developed a love for storytelling and was writing a collection of short stories about identity and beauty in African culture. Ruby, ever the more outgoing of the two, had immersed herself in public speaking and activism, advocating for children with rare conditions and pushing against colorism. Together, they had transformed that once viral fame into a meaningful mission. It was during an event hosted by an international NGO in Lagos focused on celebrating diversity and inclusion that the world saw them again. A photo of them at the event resurfaced on social media. They had matured, their features more defined, their confidence unmistakable. One wore a soft Ankara gown with intricate blue threading that made her eyes glow even more vividly. The other wore a modern gel-wrapped, high, radiating poise. This time, the attention felt different. Instead of shock and disbelief, the comments were filled with admiration and respect. "So glad they're thriving. Beauty with purpose. Look at what grace and strength can do." It wasn't just about their looks anymore. It was about their voice. A major documentary platform reached out for a feature on their just about their appearance, but about their growth, challenges, and their commitment to change. After careful thought, they agreed. They wanted to inspire other young girls who felt different or overlooked, especially in African communities where beauty was often narrowly defined. That as the cameras rolled in their modest living room, Pearl smiled at her sister and said, "We were never just blue-eyed twins. We're daughters, fighters, artists, and we're just getting started." Ruby nodded. "We're not going viral this time. We're going meaningful."